Hey y'all, it's Dr. May. Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already been here, like, subscribe. Today we're going to talk about how to pack for a cruise. Cruise packing is different than all-inclusive packing. And so we're going to talk through what you should have in your different bags and what you should be prepared for so that you're going to have a great cruise at the end of this trip. All right, so let's talk about your personal item. So for women, it could be a purse, fanny pack. Guys, could be a fanny pack, whether you got a small book bag, whatever you're carrying with you. This can go with you on the plane. This will go with you on the boat. This is just something small that you're ready for. And this really is something that you should have for all of your travel adventures. This is not limited just to the cruise. So for me, I have a travel purse. And my travel purse is one that has all of the anti-cutting features. But I got this off of Amazon. It's a nice crossbody, so it goes around this way, and it has pockets and pockets on the inside. I love it. It's RFID. Make sure no one can scan your cards through it. So that is one of the first things you want to have. You want to have something that you can take with you. Grab and go, no matter what's happening, you've got that with you for your adventures. Now, in this bag, what you need to have for your cruise are the things that you need to have in general for travel. So, for instance, you want to make sure you've got your passport. You want to make sure that you've got your portable charger and a cord to go along with it. You can have a block, but I know some people don't like using the USB in airports, and other times it's just better to have when you don't know when you're going to have an outlet available to you, because some of these airports still don't have the outlets as often as they should. It's nice to have the portable charger and just make sure that it is charged. Hand sanitizer. All the hand sanitizer. Public spaces are nasty. We need to keep our hands clean. So hand sanitizer is definitely a necessity. This is just me. I'm gonna have some chapstick on me wherever I go. It's gonna be in my bag. I have it in all of my bags, whether I'm going on a trip or not. If I have a purse on me, I have a chapstick. If I'm in my car, I have a chapstick. If I am carrying my book bag, I have a chapstick. All the things, they have a chapstick. So make sure that you have your chapstick handy so that you are not out here with crusty lips. And then the one thing that a lot of people often forget is having a pen, especially if you're going on a plane ride that is going to take you outside the country. You need to have a pen so you can fill out forms. You want to be ready no matter where you are. You might have to fill out a form or one of the luggage tags. So make sure that you have a pen with you when you are traveling. Last but not least, for what you should have in your little handy bag, tissues. Runny noses happen, people have germs, especially if you have kids. Have some tissues with you. If a mess happens, all of those things, it's great to have this with you so that you can do what you need to do. All right, you've gotten off the plane, you've driven to the port. Now you need to make sure that you have a carry-on that's separate from your luggage, from your big luggage. And carry-on doesn't mean the same thing that it means when you're going on the plane. It's not about how much liquid or, in your carry-on you don't have to have only the travel size options. When you're going on a cruise at embarkation, your bag, your large bag with all your clothes and stuff like that, you will check and they will bring to your room. Once they have gotten everything processed, they go through security and everything. And once it's processed, they leave it at your room for you. However, you will likely get on the boat before your bag does. Just like you have to go through the line, the bags have to go through the line. So you want to make sure that you have the things that are with you in your carry-on are going to be the most important things. So we'll go through some of those items, and then the things that you need for the rest of the cruise, those will go into your checked bags. So if you need to take out sunscreen, for instance, make sure that that is now outside of your checked bag. If you checked it at the airport, make sure that is now in your carry-on so that when you're out and about on the pool deck, you are not burning because you left your sunscreen in your checked bag. So for me, a lot of times what I'm planning on using for my next cruise is my beach tote bag. One, it gives me the opportunity to bring my beach tote bag, but also it gives me the chance to have a relatively large bag that's easy to carry and has lots of pockets as well. So it's good to have a bag. You can also bring a book bag. That's another option. But this one is more fun and colorful, so we're gonna do this for today. All right, so one of the items that you will need to have in your bag, or at least that I plan on having in my bag, is my beach towel. You might be able to utilize the ones that are already on the cruise line at this point, but just in case, as they're transitioning things over, I'm gonna bring mine just so I'm ready. So I'm bringing a beach towel. I will also have my visor. Gotta protect the face and the skin. And having a visor will allow me, when I'm having my different hairstyles, it'll allow me the flexibility to adapt to whatever I'm wearing that day. And then you want to be ready to go to the pool. So you got to have your swimsuit. That's how it is. Swimsuit, ready to go. And then also having a cover up. So have your swimsuit and cover up ready to go so that you can go. If you're trying to be the first one in the pool, you'll be ready to go and you don't have to wait for your checked bag to be ready. The next thing I plan to have are my sunglasses. So I've got my sunglasses and my case, but I keep my sunglasses. These are prescription because Shorty needs to be able to see. But bringing the sunglasses with me, I like having prescription instead of transitions because if I'm going to be in a lot of sunny areas, it doesn't make sense to go back and forth and then be temporarily blind in the dark when I'm going back inside. So prescription sunglasses for the win. For those that can see without, you don't need to worry about it being prescription. All right, another item that you might want to have is a waterproof phone case. So you can undo these and open this up, pop your phone inside. I can't do it right now because my phone's recording, but you can put your phone inside here and then close it back. And it even comes with a little chain to go along with it, but you're able to still touch your phone through it, and you can then take it to the beach when you're on the port or in the pool and not have to worry about your phone getting wet, because let's just say it's going to be a little hard to get some ice to put your phone in on the cruise ship. So let's try to minimize the chances of it getting wet. Another item that goes in your carry-on is your first aid kit. You want to make sure that you have that with you in case any oopsies happen. And it doesn't have to be as big as this one, but at least having some band-aids or anything so that if anything happens, you don't have to go immediately to the ship's doctor or the medical center before you start. So definitely take your first aid kit. All right, another item that you want to have in either your carry-on or you possibly could keep it in your bag is your lanyard. So a lot of cruise lines, most of the ones that I've been on or going on, have cards that you can swipe that act as your credit card while you're on the cruise. They're also your room key. And just to minimize the chances of you not having this or losing it at any point, keep a lanyard with you. It'll make life a lot easier. So having a lanyard as soon as you get on the boat, that means you can carry it around with you and not have to worry about losing it along the way. The last couple things are all about like health and well-being. So one of the things that I will probably keep with me in my carry-on bag will be my Clorox wipes. I had to make sure they were actually Clorox. Sometimes they're Lysol. But having my Clorox wipes with me in order to clean the room immediately. You might even get to your room before your bag does. And so if you want to start wiping things down, having the Clorox wipes ready to go will allow you to do that without having to wait for your bag. Also, these little friends, these are Shout Wipe and Go. They're stain removers. So if you don't have a tie pen, this is another item that you can use in exchange for that. So they're like wet wipes, except they are stain removers. If you get something on your outfit, you don't have to worry about having to try to rinse anything off. You can do it immediately with the wipe and go from shower. And the last thing that you want to make sure that you have in your carry-on is your sunscreen, of course. Depending on where you're going, you want to make sure that it's eliminating any of the certain, you want to try to get reef safe. You want to try to eliminate any of the different chemicals that could be seen as harmful to the reef, especially if you're going to places like the Bahamas, Jamaica, Mexico. A lot of those places ask that you bring reef safe sunscreen. So check the labels. No one's going to probably take it from you, but to be considerate of what they are asking for in the locales, make sure that you bring reef safe sunscreen. So what are items that you should bring in your checked bag that you may not need immediately? One of them is, for me, I bring a nightlight. You can bring a nightlight, especially if you're going to be an inside room of a cruise. This could be really helpful. Now, if you're going to use a nightlight, know that that's going to take up a socket. And so you might want to make sure that you have an outlet extender, something that allows you to have multiple outlets, but make sure that it's not a surge protector. They will take a surge protector and confiscate that from you. So make sure that is a non-surge protecting multiple outlet extender so that you can plug in things like this, plug in multiple devices to charge. That's the other reason for having a portable charger. If you need to take turns for things, you can still have another way of charging our items in the meantime without having to wait as you wait for your family to charge their items and things like that. So I will still bring bug spray. However, I feel like in my experience, especially once you're in the water, you don't tend to need as much. In my experience in my last cruise, I don't remember needing bug spray as much, but you will need it once you get to your land excursion. So once you are on land at port, take your bug spray with you so that you are prepared for whatever may come your way. Also in checked bags. Now, when you're on a cruise, you're sharing a bathroom, it's a small space. I have not done this before, but this time I am bringing some poo-pourri. I got a 3-pack off of Amazon. I got the little travel size ones. So in case your tummy's not right, or if you're doing the do, you want to make sure that you don't disrupt your roommate or your family that's staying with you. So just spray this a little bit beforehand and hopefully minimize, as there's very limited airflow on the boat. I'm also bringing seasickness patches. Last time I tried Dramamine and that was pretty fine. I'm going to try the seasickness patch for a little bit more of a natural situation. It does help with all of the different issues, but this one particularly uses, the main ingredients include things like bark and frankincense. So it is not a medicated situation. So all natural herbs. If you're looking for a natural, another way to go about natural is using the sea bands. Those also help with motion sickness. Haven't tried those yet, but some people swear by them. So whether or not you just want to take a pill, you're looking for a little bit more of a natural, there's a way for you to help deal with your motion sickness. Now, I will say, outside of your first aid kit, you may want to have just like cold medicine, tummy medicine, but having some like over-the-counter medications in case you get sick in some type of way while you're aboard will be really helpful for your pocket as well as for your own well-being, because then you don't have to go and find the medical center. You can immediately just take the medication that's in your room and not have a problem. I love me some Theraflu, so that's always a thing. But you can always get Dayquil or NyQuil or whatever medication that you feel like you need to be prepared for. But in case you get sick on the boat, have some type of medication to help you deal with that. So another item I'm going to bring is my insulated bag cooler. So my bag cooler is fully insulated. It does not leak. I've tried it a couple different times. It can literally fill it up, add an ice machine, and then put in pops or water bottles. One time I used it at a hotel that didn't have a mini fridge, and I was able to go to the ice machine and have a large bottle of water, and we were able to share that for the room. It's a great opportunity, and I love it. So if you can get an insulated bag, that is a game changer. The next item that's going in my checked bag are my magnets. I just got these, but the reason for having magnets is to help you identify your door when you're looking down the long row of doors. If you come down a different elevator than what you were coming to, it's easy to recognize your door when you're looking for specific magnets. So definitely make sure that you are having some way to make it easy, especially if you're going to be imbibing certain adult beverages. It helps to help you identify your room. And since all the walls and the doors are magnetic because we're on a boat, it's easy to use magnets. Another way to use magnets is that you can have magnets with hooks on them inside your room. And so if you need extra storage, or if you want to be able to hang up like clothing or a bathing suit and you run out of hangers, those hooks are really handy. Some people even use them just to hang their lanyards near the door, and they can pick them up and go. So check out possibly getting those magnets for your room as well. Another item that should be in your checked bag and ready to go, the Tide little packets of detergent. So I already said this in a previous video when I was planning on going to an all-inclusive. The reason that I am extra sure to have these is that on Royal Caribbean, they don't have a laundry room. I feel like when I was on Carnival Cruise, they had a laundry room. With Royal Caribbean, there is no laundry room. There's only paid laundry services. So if you want to be able to make a quick wash of something, the Tide detergent little packets to do in the sink, those are going to be really important. Another laundry type item is wrinkle release spray. This one is by Bounce, but it's also an odor eliminator. So you can spray down your outfit if it feels like it's been in your suitcase for a while. Spray it down and let it hang, pull out the wrinkles, and you'll be ready to go. So this is a really great thing to have, especially on the cruise ship. You cannot have an iron on a cruise ship. Again, they have the place where you can pay for the laundry services, but there are no irons allowed within the rooms. They don't provide one. They don't want you to bring one. They would like their boat to not burn down. So no ironing in the room. So wrinkle release spray, if you want to stay looking classy, will be really important. All right, so the last part is debarkation. When you leave the boat, there's two ways that you can go about dealing with your luggage. The first, most direct way, you carry all of your checked and carry-on items. You carry those with you off the boat. It's a lot to lug around, and so especially if you're planning on having a quick breakfast on the way out or anything like that, you need to make sure that you're prepared to carry everything with you along the way. So that's option one. Option two is you can have them check your bags the night before. You would put your luggage tags in the bag and you would have them already attached to your luggage and be ready to go outside your door. They collect them from outside your door the night before. In the morning, make sure that you have like your clothes, your toiletries in your carry-on so that you're able to take everything with you, and you just have to have your carry-on and your personal item when you're walking around the boat then. And then once you get off the boat and go through all of the procedures and get back on dock, your bags will be out there waiting for you, and you don't have to take them all around the ship on your way out. Either option, whatever works for you, is the jam. We're gonna see what I do this time. I think last time I had them take my items. We'll see how I feel at the end of this cruise. Awesome. So we are really excited about going on this cruise. It's gonna be the first. I haven't been since COVID, so really excited about what it's gonna be like. I don't know what my future holds, but I'm looking forward to this trip. If you've got tips that you want to share with me, with other viewers, what are the things that you know about cruising that you're wanting to share with others? What are some of the things that you packed that maybe weren't mentioned? Is there anything else that people should be prepared for? Any other seasickness tricks that you know about? Feel free to share them in the comments below. We're excited to learn from each other. I'm an educator. We got to share the knowledge, you guys. So make sure to like and subscribe and be on the lookout for future videos. I'll see you next time.